When the basketball season first started and you thought about it, there was a couple guys that have been in the league for a very long time that deserve to have an opportunity, and that would be CP3 along with Carmelo. Carmelo didn't get that opportunity. CP3 is going to get the opportunity. So, Fitz, you got to look at it and say what he has done for the Suns and that organization and those young players, a guy who scores 41 points, 8 boards, and 3 steals, when you look at what he was able to do, 14 points down the stretch out of their 16, it's just crazy. It's like guys like that, it's hard to describe what they mean to an organization. It's not all about the stat line. A lot of people look at the stat line so much and say, well, this player is good because of that. No, that player is really good and great because when he walks into the building, things change. And I think it changed for the Suns when they got him in the building. Yes, last year, 8-0 run in the bubble, whatever. Whatever.
Literally, whatever.
Right, Monica?
Yeah,
whatever.
Like, that was cute.
That was cute. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
It's about what he was able to do despite all the adversity, as he mentioned, throughout his career and leading up to this point.
Well, and Monica, I talked to you last night on Spain and Fitz, and one of the things.
Oh, you was on the show with it.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
But we were working last. I was working last night. You know, some of us are grinders. Like you're the starting wide receiver. Like you're the. I'm the practice squad guy, just trying to get my run, Key. That's all I'm trying to do.
I was just saying, I didn't know you did a show last night.
Yeah.
That means you working hard.
I'm trying.
Because when you said I'm talking to her last night, I was gonna say, well, I want to be in the conversation too, y'all.
Ain't nobody leaving you out. We got you.
So I asked you last night on Spain and Fitz. We talked a little bit about is it in your mindset that you know the Clippers can always come back? I thought it was really significant last night that when the Clippers were making a run, Chris Paul was the guy that came out and just answered that run. I mean, there's a moment there where the veteran came in and was like, no, this isn't going to happen on my watch. I think that's significant.
And we also talked about the course of this entire playoff run for the Suns and Chris Paul. In particular, Denver, Clippers played Dallas. But each series, he's had those moments where he was that guy, the confident closer guy. I didn't think when he came back from COVID in this series that he quite had the right rhythm about himself, but last night he returned back to form. And so he's hitting up those mid-range shots, he's hitting those threes, getting and-ones on three-point shots. That is the tangible leadership that obviously puts this team over the hump. But I just think you listen to the way that the rest of that team talks about him. And if Chris Paul is 36, the average age of the rest of those starters has to be, 25 maybe-ish? And so there's such a gap. There's such a tremendous amount of respect there. And it was honestly like the perfect situation. I kept saying last year that we can't take for granted that Tom Brady was go to the Bucks, add water, and Tom Brady, and it was Super Bowl. We don't know if Phoenix is going to win the finals. I would take Phoenix over both teams remaining in the East personally. But it doesn't happen this easy all the time. This is really something to savor and marvel. And you can't help but root for Chris Paul considering his playoff history.
Everything is a break.
Mm-hmm.
You get the right break in the right situation.
Monty, the whole thing, though.
All that.
The whole thing.
They ran into the right situation with the Lakers, right? They run into a wounded team and they just take care of them. They went into L.A. Obviously, clearly, they took care of the Clippers. And I think they beat the Clippers 3 times at Staples. I think it was 3 times at Staples they took care of business against the Clippers. So you just look at it
but even in that, Key, right? Chris Paul, your leader, misses 2 games of the series with COVID. And they don't miss a beat. And to me, that almost speaks more to what he was able to instill in this group throughout the course of the season that you guys can carry on in my absence.
Absolutely, because I've given you something to lean on in my absence. And now it's like a father to a kid. Where, and I'm not calling them kids.
His sunshines.
It's just one of those deals where I've given you some tools. Now I'm gone for a little bit. I need you to carry on until I get back. And Monica mentioned Game 3 when he came back that the pace was much slower. I think at that point in time, when you had 11 days to lay off in anything and you come back from it, you got to kind of pick your way and find your way through to figure out, okay, this is what's going on. And I think that's what got caught up in Game 3 with him coming back from the COVID situation. And, it's just, I'm happy for him, man. I really am, because so much was said about his career prior to getting it done last night. It's now the conversation is going to shift to what is Chris Paul.
CP3's 41 night is our overnight delivery, brought to you by USPS. Business is changing and USPS is changing with it. Find out how at USPS.com/new routes. The United States Postal Service, priority you. Let's hear from Chris Paul. This is him after the game with Rachel Nichols.
Damn good. It's been a lot of work, man. A lot of work. Going to a new team, everybody staying the course. That team fight hard. T. Lou, unbelievable coach. Chauncey Billups, my big brother, so many ties to that team. But damn, this feels good.
Chris, in this game, there was a point the Clippers cut it to 7. You then scored 14 of 16 points on your way to 41 for the game. What kind of mission were you on?
Don't lose. Don't lose mission. You know what I'm saying? Damn, that feel good. I wish my son and my family come down here. I don't know, man. It's just a lot of emotions, a lot of injuries. I was getting an MRI yesterday on my wrist. A lot of going on. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I just want to get over there with my team, Rach. Respect. Appreciate you.
I love the fact that he apologized. Also just slid in there that he had the MRI on the wrist, something that not of us knew. So, that's another revelation, obviously. So that's just the beginning of what we're going to see in the NBA Finals.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.